Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to start investing without much money in 2019 and show you where to go to do this. There are plenty of websites and apps that help you do this without a lot of fees, and they usually have pretty low minimum account balances. So the first one is a company called Rich Uncles, and if you're into real estate, if you're interested in real estate, you can invest in real estate for $5 minimum at richuncles.com, which is by far the lowest I've seen so far. And there's not a whole lot of real estate investing apps yet. There are a few, but as far as having lower fees, like Rich Uncles and another one I'm about to mention here, there's very few where you can invest for, less than $1,000. So Rich Uncles, again, $5 minimum. This is real estate, and you can go to richuncles.com. They because they use mostly technology, and they use basically a lot of people investing in the same properties, so it kind of reduces risk and it helps you kind of get in without a lot of capital. So you can invest in these real estate investment trusts, also known as REITs, and then they collect rent and all of that stuff, and you get paid cash dividends each month from the rental income. So you can kind of go through the website and see what you think about it, but it seems to be doing very well. It's one of the highest rated ones out there as far as investing. And another thing you can do is look at the investments page, and they'll tell you kind of some of the stuff they have available right now, some of the locations, the types of properties, and all of that. You can click see properties that have to do with what type of investments they are, what states they're in right now. Typically, a lot of these are in the U.S., but they do have some that are worldwide as well. So you'll see the estimated dividend percentage, 6%, 7%. So in many cases, you can do better in these types of websites than you would in regular investing in like a index fund or the S&P 500 or something like that. So another one that you can do is Fundrise. So this is another real estate one. The minimum investment is $500, and that is very low for getting into real estate. Of course, a few years ago, they didn't have any websites like this, and you would have to, get a loan, or you would have to, have a lot of capital usually to get into real estate. But now they have sites like this that allow you to get in with a lot of other people on different properties. And what's great about Fundrise, they have a good app as well that you can keep track of everything with. They claim 8.7 to 12.4% historical annual returns. They have all kinds of stuff. They have commercial real estate. They have apartment buildings. They have, all kinds of different things that you can invest in. You can check their Better Business Bureau rating as well to see what their reviews are. And as far as what you can invest in, they also have an investments page. You can just go to investments there at the top of the screen when you're on the website at fundrise.com. And you can see they have this calculator here that will kind of help you figure out what you should get started in. So, you type in, say, let's say you're, 40 years old and you're not retired and your experience is, maybe home ownership. You could click continue, and then it'll give you an idea of maybe what you should get into. And you can go through this this questionnaire, and it'll kind of calculate like, all right, well, out of our investments, these might be the best for you. So they have different, ways of doing it, different packages. And again, $500 is the minimum. Plus the app is available. They should be in the Google Play Store as well. This is the Apple version of it. You can see it's a very well put together app. And again, real estate and very highly rated. Another one is Stash Invest, and Stash is more for like savings and long-term investments, things like that. They help you automate it, of course, and they only are $5 minimum to get started. And I believe they still do a thing where they give you the $5. They were doing that for a while, where they basically pay you $5 or they'll match the $5 when you get started. So very cheap to get started. A lot of it is taken care of through an app, and you can go through and look at what kind of investments they have. The app is available for both Google Play and Apple. They have all kinds of companies you've probably heard of on here. You have Wendy's, you have the WWE, Walmart, Wells Fargo, Visa, Verizon, UPS, Under Armour, Twitter, TripAdvisor, all these different companies you've probably heard of. So at least kind of helps you not only invest, but they can help you invest in things that you believe in, companies whose vision you like or whose products you like. Or you can do your own research and figure out which of those companies you think might take off. But Stash is really good, again, for like long-term investing and saving and kind of automating all that for you while keeping your fees really low. Here's a few screenshots from the app, and it just helps you keep track of everything really well. Another one is Acorns, and what's cool about this one is they have like a very specific thing that keeps them separated from the others, in that what they do is they make it to where you don't have to really think about investing that much. You just kind of set your general idea of, do I want it to be higher risk or lower risk? Am I doing more long term? Am I trying to actually make a profit right now? And then it will you just hook up a credit card of some sort with your account, and then it's only $5 to get started. And a lot of times they give you the $5 to get started, and then it just rounds up your purchases to the nearest dollar. So if you buy a coffee for, $3.50 at Starbucks, and then they will round that up to $4 if you use that credit card that you have on file with Acorns, and then they invest that 50 cents towards your portfolio. So of course they have all kinds of articles and insights from people like Warren Buffett and all that kind of stuff. There he is right there, and other people who have been successful investing, and you can basically just automate it that way, and it just rounds up your purchases to the nearest dollar and helps you just invest a small amount at a time. So the more purchases you make like online and with that credit card, the more it invests, but it only does a little bit at a time, so you don't have to constantly set aside money for that. And again, they have an app that's very good for learning about investing and for tracking your numbers and for setting up how you want to do it. Another thing is Betterment. You can also check them out at Betterment.com. You can see how to spell it there in the top left. And Betterment does not have a minimum for you to get started. So you can just basically try them out and get started with however much you have. And then because it's all automated, just like many of these other ones, it's very low fees. Now they also have a plan here that helps you decide what you should do and what kind of investment plan they recommend for people in your particular situation. So you don't have to figure this out yourself, read a bunch of books or whatever. So you could say, again, I'm just using a random example. I am not 40 years old, in case you're wondering. And I am 40 years old and, say not retired or retired, whatever. My annual income is whatever it is. And then you click get started, and they will kind of walk you through a process that will recommend what you should do, how much you should set aside, how to automate it, all of that stuff. They also have an app you can get called Betterment Money Management and Financial Advisor. And you can get that for your Apple or Android device to constantly keep up with how much you're investing, what you're investing in, stocks, bonds, whether it's, for retirement or just to supplement your income or however you're doing it. Another one is Robinhood, and they've been really marketing a lot lately. You may have heard of this one, but they are also getting into cash management soon, so they might be going more kind of like the Cash app. But they let you invest in stocks, ETFs, options, cryptocurrencies. All this stuff is commission free, of course. You can manage this from your phone or your computer or tablet, whatever device you want to use. And they do not have a minimum. You do not even need to, worry about a $5 minimum or 50 or whatever. They don't have a minimum, but they have stocks, ETFs, all these cryptocurrencies and stuff like that. And they help you automate all of it. Again, many of these apps are fairly similar, but they're kind of expanding a little more, I think, than some of these other ones who are just more, they'll let you invest in a few different things. And then you can also get an app for it. And it is also very highly rated, 4.5 stars, and it's on Android and Apple devices. But you're basically investing without a lot of fees, without a lot of commissions that you have to pay and all of that stuff. And because they're using software, you can do all that. They also let you track it on your watch as well, as you can see if you have a smartwatch. Another one you could do is Wealthfront. Now, if you've listened to, say, the Tim Ferriss show or some other financial or business related podcasts, you may have heard of Wealthfront. They do podcast ads quite a bit, or at least they used to. They have a minimum of $500, and that is maybe kind of high for a lot of people, but when you think about investing, it really is very low. Many of even the apps and stuff that have very low fees, even they mostly will have like $1,000 or more to get started in your portfolio. And of course, the old school ones, a lot of times are even higher than that, and then they have more fees. So Wealthfront still makes it easy. They do have an app as well if you want to check that out. Here's the app, but pretty much all of them have that. And again, they help you invest based on your goals, based on whether you're trying to retire or get money for school or whatever you're trying to do. Whatever way you want to invest, whether it's stocks, bonds, ETFs, whatever, IRAs, however you want to do it, pretty much they have it covered. Wealthfront is actually probably one of the first ones to start doing this. And you can see a lot of their different asset classes by going to wealthfront.com/investing. They have U.S. stocks, they have foreign stocks, emerging market stocks, dividend stock, real estate, treasury inflation protected securities, which is I think they have it TIPS. That didn't sound right, but I'm pretty sure they call that TIPs or something like that. Municipal bonds, corporate bonds, U.S. government bonds, emerging market bonds, and natural resources. So those are all the different things that you can invest in, as opposed to a lot of traditional ways like an S&P 500 or something like that. Another thing you can do is invest in startups. Now I'm going to show you a couple apps or websites that you can invest in startups. So if you want to invest in businesses that could really blow up in the future, that's like what Gary Vaynerchuk does. Tim Ferriss has done that as well. You may have heard of like angel investing. But a lot of people who get famous and stuff, they're known for, Chris Sacca, he's another one. They get famous for investing in startups. I think the founder of LinkedIn has invested in a lot of startups. Reid Hoffman. So people like that. If you want to get into this without having a ton of capital already, let's say you're not a multimillionaire yet, like a lot of them were when they started, you can get started for $100 minimum at microventures.com. You can start investing in startups. And if you want to see some of the startups on here, you can go to microventures.com/startups. And then basically you just kind of go through the different categories here. You have internet technology, media and entertainment, software, green tech, gaming, social, and mobile. So a lot of these are kind of new school type of businesses and startups. So this is what they look for. Unique or new idea. Obviously going with current trends, which a lot of these categories do. Market traction, which is pretty much what I just mentioned. A solid team with experience in their industry. You know, who's the ownership? What kind of team do they have? What kind of experience do they have? So then you can read more about the company. But, you know, you could say, like, you know, just kind of look into some of these areas and apply to start doing this. And again, you only need $100 to start investing. And last but not least is another startup investing website, and they only require $500, which again is very low. I think angel investing, like angel.co or whatever the main one is, it's like, I think it's like $10,000 or something to just get started in investing in your first startup. But SeedInvestcom is another one you can do. You see they have a browse startups section. You can see kind of what they have. They have some like, you can see how much money they've raised already. That could help, you know, maybe give you an idea of, you know, where they're going. They have Loop, Propcoin, Sick Weather. They have, you can just kind of look at these different ideas and, you know, see what you think about them, and see if you want to invest in them, see what you get for investing in them, and all of that. But you can kind of go through some of these startups, which is really kind of fun to do. Actually, you get to discover a lot of businesses before they become famous or well known, and see kind of what they're like, whether you think they could take off or not, and then invest for as little as $500. So that's it for these websites, and I'll have show notes in the YouTube description there for you at selfmadesuccess.com. I'll have links to all of this stuff so you can go check them out in your own time. And then if you want more ways of making money online like this, I have a playlist right there at the top right of your screen on the YouTube video, and that will show you some other ways you can make money online. You know, I try to cover every possible way that you could do it. You know, whatever income situation you're in, whatever experience you have, however you want to do it. I cover all kinds of online businesses and work from home careers. So hopefully this was helpful for you, and I will see you in the next video.